And then I wanted to go through some of your specific questions, especially how to teach math if you don't consider yourself good at it. Gifted and advanced math, especially, that kind of goes along with what if I'm not good at math and my kid is really amazing at math? How does this work together? What if I have two kids and they're learning at different rates? Just how to get your child to love math because that everything else kind of unfolds when you can get past that low confidence and anxiety. I want to talk about how to get to that point of deep understanding. Because a lot of you expressed in your form that, okay, it's great that they can answer questions, but how do I know that they have a real deep understanding? And how do I draw connections in the real world with math? That seemed really important to you, which is a beautiful intention. And then we're going to talk a little bit about learning differences, especially ADHD, autism, dyscalculia, and dyslexia, and how to navigate those when you're teaching math. And then you had some very specific questions, which we'll also address. So here are the main tenets that I have distilled that are effective for homeschooling math. The first is really getting aligned with your child on the purpose of learning math. A lot of our kids say, oh, what's the point of learning math? I don't get it. And we kind of skip over that. Like, oh, you have to. But there's something so powerful about having a mission and knowing why you're doing something. Rohan and I both run companies. If we didn't know why we were doing what we were doing, we would not be able to get up in the morning and get all the work done. And so really taking the time to think for yourself, well, what is the purpose of learning math? Is it just to get to graduate from school? How do I actually apply this in my life? And this is something that you can do together. You can look on Google, you can ask ChatGPT, you can talk about with your child and say, hey, what do you want to do when you grow up? Oh, I want to run a dance company. Oh, okay. Well, then you might need to know how to write budgets. And then all of a sudden your child is really excited to learn math because they want to be able to build a budget for their dance company. That's just one example. Or maybe the entire universe of stars opens up to you when you understand math. Just really taking the time to get aligned with the purpose is so key. Second is, and I just want to say we often really don't give our children enough credit to actually understand the purpose of why they're doing something. And even a very, very young child, like 3 or 4 years old, you can have that conversation about the point of learning math. And you can think about it a little more deeply for yourself as well. So the second thing, and this is what's so great about homeschooling, is that you can choose the ideal time of day to learn math. You don't have to do it when your child is exhausted after a full day of school. You can say, okay, my child is most fresh at 10:32 a.m. when they've had their breakfast and run outside. And you can say, this is going to be my math learning time every day. And then that's also something that you can decide with your child. And you can get your child involved in the schedule and making a commitment to the schedule in service of their purpose of learning math. It's so powerful. And so that period of time could be 10 minutes, it could be 20 minutes, it could be an hour. If your child does have ADHD, it might just be 10 minutes. But the key is that those are 10 focused minutes every day when they're learning consistently.